Hello students, as your exams are fast approaching, I will be giving you an easy method to learn history subject easily. Learn along with me and achieve success in your exams. Daily, I will be dealing with either 2 5-mark question or a 10-mark question. Along with that, I will be explaining 1-mark and 2-mark question. Please do revise with me daily and score well in your exams. Today, we will be first seeing a 5-mark question, that is importance of archaeological sources in reconstructing history. So when you deal with any 5-mark or 10-mark question, the first thing you should understand is the main points in the answer. So in this answer, that is importance of archaeological sources in reconstructing history, the first main point is what are archaeological sources? So you have to write an explanation about that. Archaeological sources are the remains of past human life and activities. It gives information about our past, and some examples of archaeological sources are jewelry, pottery, etc. So we wrote the first point and we explained the first point, that is archaeological sources are the remains of past human life and activities. Next, we move on to the next point, that is excavations. What is excavation? Scientific digging of earth to unearth sources is called as excavation. For example, one of the most important excavation was done by Dayaram Sahni and R.D. Banerjee in Indus civilization. So, once more, excavation is the scientific digging of earth to unearth sources. The next important point is monuments. What are monuments? Any structure or site of historical importance are called as monuments. For example, forts, palaces, caves, all are structures or they are buildings which have historical importance. So that is the third point, monuments. The fourth point is coins. Coins are also one of the important archaeological sources which help in reconstructing history. It helps us to know the religious, social condition of the place from where we get these coins. So that is the next point, coins. And you all know the study of coins is called as numismatics. You can add that point also in your answer. The study of coins is called as numismatics. The next point in the answer is paintings. Paintings gives us a picture of the culture, social and religious aspects of different people. For example, Ajanta paintings. They are one of the most important archaeological sources. The next and the last point in this answer is inscriptions. Inscriptions are something which are engraved on stones, rocks, walls, etc. The study of inscriptions is called as epigraphy. For example, you know a lot of inscriptions like Aihole, Ashokan inscription, Halmidi inscription, all those are important archaeological sources. So all these together make a 5-mark answer, that is importance of archaeological sources in reconstructing history. And when you write the important points or subheadings, please don't forget to underline those, that is archaeological sources, excavation, monuments, coins, paintings and inscriptions. The next important 5-mark question, that is explain the town planning of Indus civilization. This is a repeated question, so it is very important for you to learn this. So let us see how we can answer the question explain the town planning of Indus civilization. To start with, we will write an introduction. So what will we write for the introduction? The Indus civilization was one of the most important civilization of ancient India. It had a civilized life and had well-planned cities. A simple introduction is enough for a 5-mark question. So Indus civilization had a civilized life and well-planned cities and it was one of the most important civilization of ancient India. The next subheading is streets. So what are points we will include in this subheading? So the Indus civilization streets were straight, they cut each other at right angles, and they measured 13 to 34 feet wide. The streets had street lights and a dustbin. So once more let us say streets, they were straight, cut at right angles, they were 13 to 34 feet wide, the streets had street lights and a dustbin. The next subheading is drainage. The Indus civilization drainage was made in a scientific way. That is a very important point to add in this subheading. So they had scientific drainage. Each house had drainage which was connected to public drainage, and the drainages were covered. So Indus civilization drainage was made in a scientific method. Each house had a drainage connected to the public drainage and it was covered. The next subheading is Great Bath. Great Bath is one of the most noted feature of Indus civilization. It is located in Mohenjo-daro. It looked like a huge swimming pool with steps and rooms on 4 sides. The measurement was 39 feet long, 23 feet wide, 8 feet deep, and it must have been used for religious bathing purpose. So the next point, Great Bath, located in Mohenjo-daro, looked like a huge swimming pool with steps on 4 sides. It measured 39 feet long, 23 feet wide, 8 feet deep, and it must have been used for religious bathing purpose. The next point is granary. Granary is one of the biggest building in Mohenjo-daro, which was used for storing grains. Only a simple explanation is enough for granary. Granary was one of the biggest building in Mohenjo-daro, used for storing grains. The last subheading is buildings. The Indus civilization buildings were made of burnt bricks. Some had more than 2 rooms, wells, and some even had bathrooms, and the buildings were more than 1 story. So what all points we will add in buildings? The buildings were made of burnt bricks. They had more than 2 rooms, wells, bathrooms, and some were even more than 1 story. So all these points together make a perfect answer for the question town planning of Indus civilization. So first thing, when you learn a 5 mark or even a 10 mark answer, is make the subheadings thorough. Once the subheadings are clear for you, the answer will be very easy. So once more let us see, you start with an introduction, then you write about the streets which are straight, cut at right angles, 13 to 34 feet wide, street lights and dustbin. Next is drainage, each house having drainage connected to public drain which is scientific and covered. Great Bath, located in Mohenjo-daro, which looked like a swimming pool with steps and rooms on 4 sides, which was 39 feet long, 23 feet wide and 8 feet deep. Now granary, which was the biggest building in Mohenjo-daro, used for storing grains. And last, buildings, which was made of burnt bricks, more than 2 rooms, wells, bathrooms, and had more than 1 story. So this is how we answer the town planning of Indus civilization.